for another epic encounter in the CEV Champions League volley. Leg 2 of this semi-final. Confirmation then of the lineups, and it is Elif with Boskovic in that opposite position. Gray starts out wide, along with Hande. And Boskovic will be key to this Eczacıbaşı team. And how much can the rest of her teammates support? If the ball is good, if the pass is good from Eczacıbaşı, they are going to be tough to beat tonight. Away we go then. Acararo, Imoco, Conegliano. Many people's pretenders to the European crown start the second leg of this semi-final with a fizzer of a point. Captain Joanna Wołosz with the serve, overpass dispatched by the Swedish scoring machine Isabelle Haak, and she's straight into her work. Conegliano winning leg 1 by 3-2 from 2 down. And that means the maths in terms of tonight's result is relatively straightforward. As Kat Plummer drills one onto the line. Not sure we're going to get a video challenge here from Eczacıbaşı. 2 points on the bounce then. So then, the maths for tonight. Ferhat Akbaş's side are certainly in the running, and a 3-0 or 3-1 win for Eczacıbaşı Dynavit Istanbul, the Tigers in white, will be good enough to take this match by right. If they win the game 3-2, then a golden set, just like last night, Milano versus Fenerbahce. Golden set to 15 will be required to sort it out between these two. But Eczacıbaşı ultimately the team under pressure, because any kind of win for Conegliano will send them through. And it is a phenomenal start. So 2 points already in the bank for Isabelle Haak. The tip good enough against the 3-woman block. And Gray gets roofed. Far next to Haak is a big, big obstacle to get past. And it's Haak that's got all of that. Wow. 3 points already for Bella Haak, and a rather nervy, tentative start from Eczacıbaşı means that coach Ferhat Akbaş has to go to his first time out very early.
So just step by step. She go 5-6. Can make it fast. No problem. Right, let's go.
All smiles at the moment from Daniele Santarelli. Conegliano coach will be happy with the start, but he'll also be fully aware of just how dangerous Eczacıbaşı can be at any stage in the match. And we saw it last week. Eczacıbaşı 2-0 up. Conegliano came back and won it 3-2. You are never safe in a game of this quality. First big swing for Boskovic. She put her back into that jump and went right over the top. Wow. A little bit down the line, but she got high enough to get past the block of Kat Plummer there. The American, who stands 2 meters and 1 tall. One of the taller players involved in tonight's game. Beza Arici with the serve. Cook with the pass. Haak. Oh, wow. She has started on the front foot here as Bella Haak. There's Elif Sahan, just a brief shot there, the Turkish setter for this Eczacıbaşı club, who played so well last week. In solid form during the course of this season. Nice pass from Hande. Good swing down the line, and just a bit too much for Monica Di Gennaro to control. So Joanna Boskovic has her second point of the match, and Boskovic has started strong. Two opposites already butting heads. But it's Conegliano at 5-2. Now, serving has been the issue for Boskovic during the course of the knockout phases of this tournament. She has struggled to find rhythm from the baseline, and she's missed that one early. Far back from that horrible knee injury and knee surgery that kept her out for the best part of 2 seasons, but Conegliano held faith, nursed her through, and despite that serve error, she's come back very strong indeed, the Italian international. And from Italian international to Canadian international, Alexa Gray for Eczacıbaşı. Cook passing well and will be very happy at getting that hit to the court. Struggled at the start of last week's match and was substituted off. But just a reminder there of what the American can do. Haak, heavy serve, wow, and it's got to be good to beat Simge. And that was a heavy hit. Well, Isabelle Haak is cutting loose at the moment, the 24-year-old Swede. And Bošković and Eczacıbaşı without any answers at the moment. Better pass, nice swing from Handy, well defended by Monica Di Gennaro. Same angle, replayed off the block though, and De Graaf recovers well, but the tip from Handy is a wise one. Well, the reaction of the Conegliano players after each point, win or loss, is really cool. They're laughing everything off at the moment, trying to stay relaxed and chilled. And the first by way of an error from Conegliano. And it's Robinson Cook who misses her second swing. Now then, just limping a little bit as she came into the building, I suspect for the cameras, for a bit of fun, Eczacıbaşı. But she's got an ankle brace on. That's the injury site that kept her out of last week's game. Oh, super blocking. It is a rule of thumb at this level. Hitters isolated, blockers will feast. And Haak's run of superb shots comes to a close with a block. And it's Handy that's right in the middle of it. Eczacıbaşı serves again. Somewhat of a comeback by the home side. Good defence as well by the middle player. Handy off the block, nicely picked up by Elif. And a very good swing from way off the net with no run-up. Joanna Bošković has buried that off the defence of Kat Plummer, and the wonderful early start from Conegliano is now cancelled out. Eczacıbaşı fans will be feeling a little bit better after this run. Haak again, goes power tip, Gray makes the touch. Bošković again, oh that's a hammer. How about this then, for a head-to-head between the two opposites. Bošković hammers her fourth point down. Beautiful swing down the line past the three blockers to counter the 3 kills, 1 ace, 1 block from Bella Haak so far. Eczacıbaşı's run continues. The game is level. Cook sorts it out with a tip. Well, both teams have started in really good form here. Excellent attention to detail. They've clearly done a huge amount of preparation for this game. And it is big in the context of both teams' seasons. Oh, it's just getting better for Conegliano. The blocking schedule at the moment is superb. Wołosz and De Graaf just have not let a spike past them just yet. Cook to serve then. Back to a 2-point cushion for the Italians. That is so hard, but well dug by Haak. Plummer, first swing for her. That was a huge out-of-system hit. Ball coming from a really awkward angle, and Kat Plummer has nailed that. Second point of the game for Plummer. Cook serves again. Conegliano open up to a 3-point lead. Beza defended. Nice from Wołosz. Very nice from the Conegliano captain. One of Poland's best ever players over on the option. 4-point lead re-established, so Conegliano back to a position of strength before Cook knocks that one out the back. Well, you can live with a service error when you've just put a few points away for the lead. Elif then to serve, which means Eczacıbaşı have got their taliswoman Bošković into the front line. Out of system attack again. Elif forced to defend. It's too good. Nice bump set from Simge, and then Bošković lines up the blocker's hands. Knew all three were there. Just wails it off of Wołosz's hands. Seems to be the DJ's favourite here in the Böğen Felek for a block touch. Plummer forced to go to the tip. Eczacıbaşı recover. Off-pace attack is defended well by Haak, and that's a clever shot. Well, Kat Plummer there with no run-up. Everything happened very quickly, and the tempo ball outside just allowed her to close the step and roll it line. Beautifully done. 3 points for her. And back to Roman de Graaf of the Netherlands. Just over. Bošković with a slightly awkward pass. She too doesn't have a massive run-up. Well, everything that Eczacıbaşı have tipped at the moment has been pretty well covered, apart from one play. Conegliano have got hands on most of the tips. And for the first time in the game, Wołosz decides to open into the middle. Sarah Farr gets her first kill of the match. Bošković back out to the right side. Calm as you like. Takes it off the block and out. Technology available to coaches now. Instant replays of the last point, and they use that a lot. Santarelli there wanting to know from the bench what on earth happened. Well, Bošković happened, and will continue to do so throughout this match. Well, a few pleading looks towards the referee after that swing, which may indicate no touch. Haak with the swing. Just out. The touch is confirmed. Haak has another point. And Farr off the overpass, hammers it away. That's how we started the match. Wołosz serve. Overpasses Eczacıbaşı, although Haak killed the first one. It's Farr that has put the second one away convincingly, and Conegliano look incredibly strong here. Even out of system, they're making the points pretty easily.
Tip here, fall down. Push here, fall down. We need to be ready much more, +1. Okay, be ready for this. Also Isabelle Haak, right shoulder, middle blocker, you need to go better. Side out is good. Focus on maximum
Last week it was Eczacıbaşı away from home, the Palaverde Valoba, that really took it to the home side and caused all sorts of problems for Conegliano. For that man, Daniele Santarelli. This week it's the reverse. It's the away team in Turkey that are causing the issue. So Conegliano going well here. Good defence from Bošković. Tip from Gray, had no luck yet, Alexa Gray. Once again, Elif forced to defend. Simge comes in to make the attacking set onto the tape, and that's brilliant from Monica Di Gennaro. That's even better from Kat Plummer. She's roasted that one. Terrific, Dick. Look at that. I mean, that is proper, flat-out Superwoman flying from Moki Di Gennaro, and the celebration as well was interesting from Wołosz. Really up for this game, the Conegliano captain. So Gray is taken off court quite early. This is what a lot of the Eczacıbaşı fans want to see. Voronkova on court. What a hit from Bošković. What a great touch from Di Gennaro, and none of her players could get to the defensive play. So first substitution from Eczacıbaşı's coach Ferhat Akbaş, and he brings in Irina Voronkova on the wing, in place of Alexa Gray of Canada, who's had very little to do in the game so far. Too good. At the moment, Bella Haak is just too good. And Wołosz is very deliberately setting the ball quite tight, just allowing her to go up and over. Kisal's movement does look a little restricted with the ankle problem that's so heavily protected. There is Voronkova, new on court, the number 18. Oh, and Kisal, nothing she could do about that. It was a good attempt, but it turns into a 5th point for Catherine Plummer. That's an ace. No pictures on the scorecard. Nothing you can do about that, really. 19-12. The crowd rather quiet now. Bošković, wow, just incredible. Her range, line and cross court is sensational. Rockers have done a fairly good job of trying to close down areas, but Bošković is still making it look easy. 8 points to her now in set 1. But the service issues continue. Second serve error of the evening for Bošković. Nine serve errors she made across the quarter-final contest, where they did eventually get through against Candici. 2 remarkable 5-set comeback wins to guarantee their place in the semi-finals. Here's a good server. If she puts it in, this hybrid serve is tricky, but no. Lubian bites off a little too much on that one. So her introduction to tonight's game is short-lived. She has a remarkable empathy and relationship with setter Wołosz. When those two are in front court, they run some incredible plays. But at the moment, not on, and that's a real mess. That's a real mess from Eczacıbaşı. That was their point, all ends up after a great serve, but just allowing Krov to jump on this, and for Simgi to miss one of those, that's unusual. Haak back into action, another big hit, good pass from Handy. Good defense from Monica Di Gennaro. Haak tidies up again. Slide from De Graaf. Oh, wow! What absolute rubbish was I talking about Jack Kisal's movement? Look at this. From the floor, no run-up, and she's nailed that. First point then for Sinead Jack Kisal. And she goes back to the line. This was the service run that brought Eczacıbaşı back into the game. And she starts with an ace off the player that's been substituted in to try and shore up the pass. So Alessia Dinari shanks the ball. And Sinead Jack Kisal picks herself up an ace. Good heavy cross-court swing again. Very steady stuff from Conegliano. Cook finds her third kill. Gennari off court. Back in comes Cat Plummer. Tight. Good pass from Simgi, nice swing from Bošković. The angles that she and Haak find are just incredible. Physics defying. And that was a block as well that adjusted. And De Graaf will be wondering, because she stayed relatively central there and still was nowhere near the angle. I'm not sure it really matters at the moment with such a commanding lead for Conegliano, but it's certainly something they'll have to consider, as Elif sends that one out of play. Well, Eczacıbaşı are not at the races in set one, that's for sure. In comes backup libero and Badaro, 18 years of age, oh, 19 years of age. On to serve and play defence, the youngster. And gets a great touch there. Haak out of the back line, finds the line past Simgi, who's been very quiet in the opening set, the Eczacıbaşı libero. Kill number 6, plus the block, plus the ace. Takes Conegliano to set point. That's Haak's personal numbers for the first set. The numbers overall for Conegliano are excellent, and Santarelli's reaction tells you all you need to know. First part of the job done. Tick the box, move around, get on with it. Great start from the Italians. They lead by a set to 0. (25-17). 9 of those 17 points for Eczacıbaşı Istanbul was scored by Joanna Bošković. It's a little one-sided at the moment, and it's too heavy a weight of expectation for Bošković to bear. So other players now have got to get in on the action. The pass has to tighten, and Eczacıbaşı have to find some steady side-out rhythm. All sorts of possible outcomes still available in this game as we look forward to the second set. Drama once again here on Eurovolley TV. Away we go with the second set then. The Tigers of Eczacıbaşı Dynavit Istanbul need to be a little more tigerish in this second leg semi-final. They're in the white, playing at home here in the Burhan Felek volleyball arena. And they're up against the team in blue, many people's team of the season right now. Accararo Imoco Conegliano, led tonight in scoring by Isabelle Haak, the Swedish scoring machine, but led in captaincy by this player. Joanna Wołosz puts another one into play. Handy with the pass, and a nice opener for Joanna Bošković. Takes her scoring tally to double figures. Incidentally, it is the start for the Russian. So Eczacıbaşı putting Irina Voronkova out onto court ahead of the Canadian Alexa Gray, former Conegliano player. Well, first time they've been out of system and failed, really. Jankisar gets herself the block on Kat Plummer. And that's something that Conegliano did very well in the opening set. If the pass wasn't on Wołosz's head, they still scored points. Beza Arici going to try and force them out of system again. It's a good serve, Cook with a solid pass. Haak just finds a lovely cut on that. She goes to double figures. Joanna Bošković taking evasive action, suddenly realised she was in the firing line there for the cut shot. Plummer to serve. Puts it in well. Voronkova, solid pass. That was going out. Voronkova played it though. And Eczacıbaşı might pay the price here. Good defence from Elif down the line. Voronkova gets to swing again, defended by Cook. Oh, what a set. What a set. Very late movement of that ball on the reverse from Wołosz. Wasn't quite in the hitting zone for Haak. It was high tempo, but Haak there and able to power tip. 11 points for her. Takes over as top scorer temporarily, I suspect, from Bošković. Another cannon of a hit. Now, referee says out, which gives the opportunity to Ferhat Akbaş to challenge. So video check potentially for a touch off the block. Does Sarah Farr look guilty? Some smiles at the moment down there on the floor from a team that look incredibly relaxed, and I think that's been the mentality of Conegliano. They've very deliberately come in to play relaxed, and it's definitely hit the fingers. So good challenge, difficult at that speed for the referee to spot those. It does mean that Bošković and Haak are level again. Now, 2 serve errors so far for Bošković. Make that 3. It just is not happening from the service line at the moment. And for those of you that have watched Bošković down the years, you'll know the boss can put massive runs of aces together. Game changers. Sarah Farr into play, handy with a good pass. Jacques Kissal blocked. Makes way for Bošković, and she's definitely missed that one. Perfect up until then. So Bošković's 100% record broken through the error. Conegliano sneaked to 5-3. Good defence from Farr. Skimgi quite slow to the ball there. And an off-pace tip beats the defence of Farr this time, but it's not comfortable for Eczacıbaşı by any means. See how deep Sarah Farr was there, expecting the full-on thunderbolt from Bošković. Voronkova. Good serve, well passed by Cook. Haak is stopped by the blockers. And handy goes power tip off the outside hands of Haak. So, first time in a while that Haak has been contained by the Eczacıbaşı defence. 3rd point for Hande Baladin, who's passed well in the match so far, but hasn't had much to do by way of offence. Another great pass from Cook, and a stunning hit. Again, Haak taking that as high as she can, hitting it hard and deep. Too much for Simge to handle. Wide-eyed, De Graaf at the net, watches for the next attack, but it's Cook that's got hands on it. And Bošković can't manage anything more than hit into the middle of the net. So a couple of errors creeping in here for the boss. Chance for Haak to let loose again. Another good serve, Simgi, fine pass. Good tempo out wide, but just overrun there by Hande. Wołosz having to transport that over. Power tip is this time patrolled well by the Conegliano captain, and Hande puts it out of play, and the celebration from Wołosz is extensive. It's good blocking work from the skipper in the blue, and it's forced the first timeout in the second set for Ferhat Akbaş. Slightly better start for Eczacıbaşı, but still problems for the home side.
You can give higher, she's slower today. Also for left side. If you don't have time, just go slower and try to find angles much more. We just go fast, okay? Try to change the side.
So into interview at the top of the show in Turkish for Ferhat, and then timeouts in English. It's incredible, isn't it? The variety of languages that the players speak, and it's usually not just another language. If you speak to most of these athletes, they can probably get by on 4 or 5 different languages. It's so impressive. On their journeys, they often spend a bit of time. There's a lot of downtime away from training and matches, and they often spend that downtime learning about language and culture. Back into the action then, off the timeout. Bošković is picked up by the block. Not the best from Wołosz. De Graaf jumped to swing at the ball and ended up face to face with the Mikasa. Gave it a good old stare before tapping it onto the floor though. Good reaction from the Dutch middle. 3rd point of the game for her. And a good service run this from Haak. Might have been going out. Handy took it. Goes heavy cross court. What a touch from Monica Di Gennaro. And what a kill from Bella Haak. Oh, this is stunning stuff from Conegliano. But the point belongs to Moki. There she is in the red shirt. Look at this. That is world class. And so's that. Seemingly unstoppable at the moment, Conegliano in this form. Eczacıbaşı are going to have to work very hard to derail them. Alexa Gray is back in. So she's on this time for Hande Baladin. I think Voronkova is still out on the floor. And initially the point's been given to Conegliano. But Ferhat Akbaş, the coach of Eczacıbaşı, wants to look at this on the video. And from the reaction of the Conegliano players, there's a possibility that this is a fault. So Gray didn't get the ball over the net, but the net may have been touched by one of the Conegliano players while that ball was technically still live. And the concentration on the big screen from all of the Eczacıbaşı players, an indication that they need points here. They need something to go their way. Okay, so it's a block touch is the request. Can't tell from that angle, can you? Impossible, really. Our referee has said that if it's hit that high on the tape, it has to have gone into the arm. And the protests of Daniele Santarelli and the Conegliano players has been waved away. Oh dear, oh dear. Over and hands on the official and getting a bit too close there to the referees, Santarelli, so yellow card, I think. Joanna Wołosz wants explanations, as does Tiana Bošković. So if that touched the block, then it is Eczacıbaşı's point.
Imoco Conegliano, c'è un telecomando del primo piano alla seconda collegiale.
Counter challenge, just what we like. Which means you've got to find an extra bit of music, and they've gone for Knight Rider. Bošković is not happy. So net touch is the request. If that ball's still alive and Gray falls into the net, no touch on the net. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Daniele Santarelli not quite making himself understood for the challenge. He's probably best to leave this alone. Do you know what? I think this is the worst possible thing that can happen to Conegliano here. Eczacıbaşı have nothing to lose. A good long delay like this and then a restart plays into the hands of the Turkey club. And now the crowd and the team are ready to go again here. Conegliano need a good side out. They don't get it. Bošković can't put it down. Another chance. Cook, aggressive at the ball, well defended by De Graaf. And Haak out of the back line, cuts it. Bošković very well aware of the shot. And this is a terrific rally. Just like last week, it's another epic. Good defence, both teams. And again, Eczacıbaşı attack once more. Moki all over it. And Haak finally puts it down. And look at the reaction from Santarelli. And there we go. The crowd won't like that. Little signal through the net to his opposite number, Ferhat Akbaş, which will not be received fondly. Well, Santarelli knows the Turkish team and Turkey very well from his time with the team, taking them to some superb results in 2023. But at the moment, he's enemy number one. Recovering composure, that's what it's all about here for Eczacıbaşı. They start with a point. Still got 4 to find, and there are some gassed players down there. A couple of bruising rallies. De Graaf runs the slide again. Simgi, what a piece of defence. Bošković bangs it deep. Cook decides to play it. Oh, Haak again. Beats the defenders into the corner. Well, I've got her on 14 points now, Bella Haak. She's been sensational tonight so far. Tricky for Gray. Wołosz decides to play the ball on. And Cat Plummer off the net, onto the line. Conegliano convinced this is theirs. Eczacıbaşı have gone very flat again. And Ferhat Akbaş is going to take a time out. That was slightly fortunate for Plummer, but she'll take it. Oh, Gray's left that. That landed right next to her foot as well.
From zone to CS Samkat. Okay, just focus on her middle. Never be late with Isabelle Haak.
So the match continues to fly away from the home team. Eczacıbaşı, Dynavit, Istanbul just can't find any kind of rhythm. But I'll say it again, just think back to last week. Conegliano were in exactly the same position, struggling along before they turned the game round. Eczacıbaşı do something similar. Good serve. Too good. Ace off the arms of Voronkova. Well, everybody on the Conegliano team is contributing points. This is a fairly standard substitution, so Naz, backup setter, comes in for Elif, but spare a thought for Elif Sahin. She's barely had a pass on her head tonight. Tricky work for the setters. De Graaf with the ace, follows it with another ace. Oh, this is stunning stuff from Robin De Graaf. Double ace from the middle, just accurate deep serving. And Eczacıbaşı look frozen. Naz gets her first set away. Bošković bangs it onto the baseline. Hasn't scored for a while, Bošković. in with her 13th point of the game. All of them have been kills. No blocks, no aces yet for the boss. Pass from Plummer. Gets the return ball, hammers it cross court and out. Hitting without caution there and has hit comfortably wide. Santarelli still has timeouts and substitutions up his sleeve should he need to use them. Good block. Nice weight from Beza and Voronkova. And they get a shutdown on Haak. Something that has barely happened this evening, and it's all Beza. Her first point of the match. Gray on a service run. Haak gets another set, tips it very cleverly. Under real pressure there. She must have only just managed to tip that ball before she landed in the front court zone. But it's another point for her. It's another point for Conegliano. Overpass, shoved down by Plummer. And Conegliano, after a brief interlude, whereas Eczacıbaşı threatened, Conegliano were back to where they were and scoring points for fun. Wołosz to serve, Haak in the front line now. Good pass from Voronkova, takes the return ball and manages to find the court. Well, Ferhat Akbaş has got to make a decision here about which left side players he wants to go into the next set with, because it's likely they're going there 2-0 down, which means they need to win 3 sets on the bounce to force a golden set. It's getting tougher and tougher for the home side as this match goes on. Good defense from Voronkova. Hande hoists it up to the ceiling. She's back on, Gray is off. And then straight off the arms into the chest and down. Point picked up once again by Conegliano. It's Sarah Farr that contributes her third attack of the match. 7-point lead. I don't think even Bošković can overcome that. So ball control is definitely getting better for Eczacıbaşı. 14th kill for Bošković off the block of Cook and the defence of Di Gennaro. Some elements of Eczacıbaşı's game are coming together. And I think Ferhat Akbaş is thinking in terms of restarting this whole game in set 3. Due to the 3 serve errors from Bošković, he's had no option here but to bring in a serving sub. Yaprak Erkeç is in. Good serve, but a good pass from Ginari, and an even better swing from Cook. Fourth point then for Cook. Bošković is immediately substituted back in after Yaprak's serve, and Santarelli apologising to Sarah Farr, who I think was protesting that she's a very good server. Why bring her on? But the player that's coming on has got a very tricky serve when it goes in. This hybrid ball toss with the top spin hit from Lubian. Well contained. Defended though. Out of system Cook. Good swing. Really good swing to get that ball past Naz and Jack Kisal. Well, unlike last night where Fenerbahce really took it to Milano, I'm afraid at the moment Eczacıbaşı, Dynavit, Istanbul just haven't turned up. Conegliano have been too good. What a strong block. Voronkova isolated, blockers all over it. Isabelle Haak, I think, got most of that. Oh, this is really tough. Yeah, it was all Isabelle Haak for her second block of the game. th point as well for Haak. Now we do have a challenge from Eczacıbaşı. You know, if you've got one in the bank and things are going disastrously wrong, might as well throw it out there. I suspect it's net touch is the request. So number 6, Alessia Gennari, 31-year-old Italian wing spiker, is on and dancing. She's on as a passing substitution for Catherine Plummer. I don't think that has gone the way of coach Akbaş. No, it hasn't. Challenge lost, 21-12, Lubian to serve again. It's a demolition job so far by Akararo Imoco Conegliano. A serve from Lubian, and that's why she's been substituted in, to make a difference from the baseline. Voronkova beaten. Akbaş's issues left side continue. Who does he start? Set 3, and from there on, sets that Eczacıbaşı cannot afford to lose, otherwise they are out. And that would mean we've lost both our super finalists from last season. Vakif Bank at the quarterfinals at the hands of Conegliano, and then it will be Eczacıbaşı at the semi-finals, courtesy of the same team. Good swing from Bošković to beat Lubian. 15 points for her, but it's scant consolation. Good pass, Di Gennaro. Not the best set, a little bit tight, but Cook manages to get it over the net. And unfortunately, Hande Baladin manages to get it over the baseline. No touch on the block. Had a good game in the opener, did Hande, but she's been very quiet tonight. And a chance for a clinical finish. We saw a clinical finish in set 1 from Conegliano. There's a chance here for Haak and the team to put it away. Heavy serve, out of system for Hande, has to volley, easily picked off by Cook. Oh, that's such a clever set from Wołosz. Brilliant defence from Simgi and Voronkova. But a free ball, not done, not put away by Cook. Eczacıbaşı, too high for her to hit. Cook goes again. Oh, brilliant from Wołosz. No, it's hit the floor. So, by hook or by crook, Eczacıbaşı finally win the point. Eczacıbaşı has had a couple of good service runs, but 9 points is surely beyond her. Good pass, Gennari under pressure. De Graaf with the tip, and the deflection takes it away from Naz. Point for De Graaf. She's had a good set. 2 kills, 2 aces. 10 set points for Conegliano with Cook at the line. Catherine Plummer back into the front court for Gennari. Huge hit. Cook defends well. Tight. Oh, it's a good hand on that from Plummer, but it's a fault. Yeah, she pinged the antenna with her own hand. So Naz to serve. Will she stay out there as the playmaker in set 3? Oh, cheeky from Wołosz. Second kill of the game for her. And 25-15. Conegliano are leading this match comfortably by 2-0, but it's the nature of the wins in both sets that are worrying for Eczacıbaşı. They've been thrashed at the moment in the second leg of this semi-final, and it's the home side that have got to do all the work to stay in the Champions League. 25-17, 25-15. It's dream territory for Acarraro, Imoco, Conegliano. This certainly was not the expectation for the game tonight. I thought we were going to have a very, very tight encounter from the off. As you tailor the tape, strong serving still from this Conegliano team. And Eczacıbaşı, by the same token, unable to force Conegliano out of system as much as they would like, and when they have got them out of system, Conegliano have been coming up with some pretty impressive kills. Conegliano one set away from the super final. Naz will start in the setting position. Handi will start on the left side. Eczacıbaşı then bringing some changes, and his team really under pressure now. It's fair to say that the home side, the Tigers of Eczacıbaşı Dynavit Istanbul, have not roared tonight. Not yet. And the home side in white need to get off to a big start here in set 3, because the other side, Acarraro, Imoco, Conegliano, the Panthers, have been totally dominant. Nice opener from Handi. First point on the board. Stefana Jovanovic is in. Interesting changes from Akbaş. Just called Joanna Stefanovic, a completely made-up name. But the Serbian middle blocker is on. She played for in place of Eczacıbaşı, who was injured out of game 1. She played in her place and played really well. So she's in, but Eczacıbaşı is still on court, so no room for Beyza, the Turkish middle blocker, out there. No room for Elif, who's been replaced. No room for Alexa Gray, because Voronkova is on in place. So half the team have been changed. From Eczacıbaşı's point of view, let's see if it does the trick. Got to hand it to Eczacıbaşı. The team spirit is still there. They were so desperate to claim the trophy after losing to Vakif Bank and Paula Igonu last season in the super final. Vakif Bank out of the way, but they end up having to face off with Conegliano. And this is the best we've seen from Eczacıbaşı tonight. Sixteenth point for Bošković. Haak defended off the block. Voronkova gets the play. Bošković goes tip and makes another point. On her way to 20. Well, how many times have we seen this? One team races into the lead, and the opponents, with nothing to lose now, relax and start to play. Backup setter Naz with the serve. Good touch. Eczacıbaşı next to Bošković, shutting down Plummer's tip. There is still room for another epic evening. Can you imagine it if Eczacıbaşı come back from here and force a golden set?
The block is good. We are touching it. Bošković winning 1 point, no problem. But we need to change on attack,
Basically, don't book your table for dinner just yet. start, but with so much of the set to go, with so many points to play with, Conegliano won't feel too concerned. As Milano found out last night, Turkey a very difficult place to play. Istanbul in particular in this venue, tough to play once the opposition managed to get onto the front foot and dominate the game. Boy, do Conegliano need a point. And they get it through Kat Plummer, going deep into the corner to silence the crowd. 8 points for Plummer. And De Graaf, double ace De Graaf, as they'll be calling her from here on in, goes back to the line. Oh, make it triple ace. Stunning serve again from Robin De Graaf. And just like that, Conegliano have closed down what was a very impressive lead. The body language of the Eczacıbaşı players instantly returns to cautious. That was nearly ace number 4. What a rescue. What a rescue. Good pick up from Jack Kisal. And then a nice, lively set from Naz. With tempo, releases Handy to go off Wołosz. She was queen of the celebrations last week, Handy. She really was the cheerleader. Ah, and she's done exactly what her team needed her to do. Handy ace, and Eczacıbaşı's players are playing now. It's a game changer. Can Conegliano quash it? Good pass, Cook. Patrolled well by Naz in the back court. And Boskovic drums it through. (17) for Boskovic. Second timeout taken by Daniele Santarelli.
Everyone, now we change attitude. Ella, don't cut the ball. Attack strong. I don't want to see that shot. Strong attack and die. Okay?
So as good as a cut shot can be, once you've cut the ball, it's defendable. It's essentially taking a little bit of pace off, and as Daniele Santarelli was quite clearly saying there to Bella Haak, she needs to go high and she needs to hit straight through the ball. High and hard, see if that does the job. Handy to serve again, off the back of the ace. Some smiles at last for the Eczacıbaşı players. They won't smile after that though. Wołosz to serve, Haak into the front line. Well, they're finding some good shots here, Eczacıbaşı. Irina Voronkova with her second kill of the game. Encouraging signs here for the home team. 5 points up in set 3. They cannot afford to lose another set. Good scramble from Far. Nasty spike, and then Far puts it away. It's been given against Conegliano for reaching over the net. Instant challenge. Instant challenge from Daniele Santarelli. And he's making absolutely sure that everybody understands what the challenge is for. After what happened in the last, is the kill. Well, the fact that Far's hand ended up coming down inside the net, comfortably so, would indicate that contact on the ball was on the right side of the net, not invading space. Very strange discussion there between the two referees, because we've seen Ricardo Ferreira of Portugal touching the net in indication that was what the video challenge was for, but I'm sure it's to counter the invasion of space. This is where you have to be so observant from the bench. You have to know what the call of the referee was, because there's no point in challenging something the referee wasn't necessarily calling. Get yourself in a real pickle there. This is an important point for Conegliano. They need this. They need to just try and chip away a few points early here. They've already forged one decent comeback, but Eczacıbaşı not minded to sit back and manage to ramp it up again. And now it's Eczacıbaşı that really don't need a delay here. They're motoring along quite nicely and scoring rapidly. Great respect between these two captains. Perfectly controlled, respectful discussion. Now the Eczacıbaşı fans are happy here, so there we go, sorted it all out. And from that angle, you can see there was a net touch, so it was an invasion of space. The referee called the net touch. And Daniele Santarelli disagreed, but didn't quite see the fact that Sarah Farr's knuckles scraped down the tape. Great spot by the officials. 10-4, great lead for Eczacıbaşı, and good defence here. Oh, Veronkova stopped. Heavy block from Farr and Haak. Number to serve. This is a good lead for the home side. Slightly streaky pass from Veronkova. Now that's been given initially to Eczacıbaşı. I think Bošković knows that there's no tip, there's no touch off the block there. She knows it. So another challenge. We've got to find the right piece of video footage again. That is well wide of the block, so this is definitely going to be Conegliano's point. Again, Conegliano will not mind this delay. Really electric start to this third set by Eczacıbaşı, but they've been just slowed down in their scoring purely and simply because there's been a lot of challenges and a lot of delays to make these decisions. So no block touch, but we knew that. Conegliano will be more than happy that there's been a bit of a break in play. 4 points to find then. Plenty of points to do it for the team in blue. It's a set that if they win it, they are through. Full stop. Good control on the block. Wołosz makes the set nice and high so that it can be bumped into the air very well indeed by Monica Di Gennaro. And Bella Haak out on the wrong side for her, left side. Makes another good kill. .17 for her, and Akbaş calls a timeout, just a little worried about the momentum swing. So lead reduced to 3. Conegliano, they'd like to score another point here, but if they don't do that, they just want to get into some side-out rhythm. Beautiful. What a beautiful swing. Bošković again. 19 kills. Surprised Cook shied away from that one. That was hit very hard. Now then, 3 serve errors so far. She hasn't put a serve in court yet, Bošković. Now she does. Defensive dig from Gennady, and what a play from Cook. Well, that was even tougher to put away than the Bošković ball. Found the seam. Naz and Stefanovic beaten easily. Really forced that ball on the reverse to Bošković. It wasn't really hittable, and Isabelle Haak does the rest, and she's back into scoring rhythm here. Nice defensive touch, incidentally, in that rally from Sarah Farr. Middle blockers love to play this one rotation backcourt. It's the only time they get to defend. Good touch again, this time from Gennady. And Cook takes it high and hard down the line. That is a terrific swing from Kelsey Cook. That is a huge hit. And with Bošković in the back line, Conegliano making points here. Good defensive play from Gennady this time around. Good finish for Cook for her 7th point. Voronkova. Wow. Oh, wow. We're still in the twilight zone where this game is concerned. It could be over in 3. We could be going to a golden set after 5. It is still very much up in the air. Voronkova's service error. It's a good serve, it was just wide. Takes Isabelle Haak back to the line. 18 points and counting for Haak. Goes at it, really goes at that serve. Handy, power tip out. And that's one of those times when the blocker taking their hands away is a good move. And I think Asha Wołosz has just let Handy know about this. There was a little reaction from Wołosz after that. 12 all, we are level. Another big hit, good pass from Simge. Bošković again, beats Haak. Haak was there in the right place, but Boškovic's power, just too much, takes it to 20. Stefanovic, bit of calm on court for Eczacıbaşı from the Serbian middle. And a nice serve as well, Gennady frustrated, and straight into the net from Cook. Just like that, 2-point lead opens up again for Eczacıbaşı. Not an easy hit at all. The Cook, who just didn't want to send that over easy, just wanted to try and get it over with pressure. Nice pass from her. Oh, fizzing hit. That's such a brilliant tempo out of the back line. Wołosz knew exactly what she wanted to do with it, and she was on the right wavelength with Isabelle Haak. Deflection. Oh, should have been defended. Good hit from Handy, but took a bit of a pinball through the block and was in the air a long time. Plummer slow to it. By the time Di Gennaro decided that wing spiker wasn't going to play it, she couldn't get there. Naz to serve. Deep hit, very deliberately played by Haak. She didn't want to get blocked, but it's paid the price. 3-point lead in the business end for Eczacıbaşı. Andy again. Tight. It's good work from Wołosz. Almost conned the Eczacıbaşı players there. Now Lubian comes in for Krauf. You know, tricky because Krauf has served 3 aces. But this is the serve that can claw back 2 points almost instantly. Naz does well to play the ball. Hande in off her line, but misses the sideline. Another hitting error from her. 2 in, 2 out in the last 4 balls for Hande. And the worry is that Lubian gets another go at cracking an ace. Can she miss the net take this time? She can. It's a good hit. And that is going to be Conegliano's play. Naz's backcourt. Can't do that. And it means Conegliano recover just like that. It's a good effort from Naz. That was really athletic. But it was in Conegliano airspace that she played the ball. 16s. Lubian, big serve again. Great pass from Simge. Oh, what a block. What a contest at the net, and it all goes wide. Bodies everywhere. And just like that, Conegliano managed to turn it round. And it's all smiles again from the Italians, looking very, very relaxed. And Ferhat Akbaş forced into his second timeout in set 3. From Eczacıbaşı's point of view, they've had a 5-point lead in this third set. They were 3 points up as we move into the business end, and just like that, Conegliano have managed to spring the trap. And this woman, Marianne Lubian, from the bench, has served well. And again, Hande, good enough pass, gets the return ball, cuts it cross court, and Haak's all over it, but it's a freebie back. Free net, Hande won't miss those. A much needed point for the home side. They are still alive in the 2024 CEV Champions League. Hande to serve, Voronkova into the front line. There will be 3 rotations coming where Bošković is backcourt, and it'll be at an important time in this set. Oh, what a block. What a block from the boss. Took the risk, came in off the wing, and the gamble's paid off as she roofs Sarah Farr. Oh, that's a brilliant piece of work. Hande to serve, Eczacıbaşı back in the lead. Good pass from Farr. Oh, the blockers knew where it was going. Plummer had room to work as well, but the error is forced. Plummer hits out, 19-17, Eczacıbaşı back in the driving seat. Santarelli has things to consider. He doesn't have another timeout in this set. Big miss from Hande. So a couple of things are going to happen in these next few rotations. We're going to see Haak into the front line. Wołosz will serve. And then Bošković will be transported to the back line pretty soon. Good dig. Conegliano would like to make points here on this rotation. They're not going to, because Eczacibasi has just roofed Cat Plumber. Massive block. Valuable point for Eczacıbaşı. Eczacibasi to serve. One more rotation. Conegliano don't want to drop a point. And that's exactly what Haak has helped them with. Very nice finish. Takes her to 20, I think, for the match. Oh, what an extension to go over Voronkova. Now, Plummer to serve. Means that Bošković will be moving to the backcourt soon. It's another point that Conegliano really need to win. And that's forceful from Bošković. Big swing from Haak is blocked. And far. Well, very lucky there. The deflection off the tape smacks into Voronkova. Not much she could do about that. In fact, she's done pretty well to get the ball in the air. Just did not see that deflection. Thought it was going to Simge. Now, that point is important. That point is really important to Conegliano. Plummer serves again. Good pass. Another point opportunity. No! Would you believe it? Farr and Cook get completely tangled up. Oh, goodness me. Sarah Farr there having a bit of a frustrated go at Kelsey Cook. It wasn't the Americans' fault. Good pass from Cook. Hot. Oh, wow. Another stunning hit. Simge's trying everything to defend, but Haak is on fire. Oh, that's such a big swing. Again, pass for Voronkova. Bošković is seen off. She's stuck in the back line now for a little while. This is transition scoring opportunities for Conegliano. In comes Bardaro, serve and block. That's her substitution. Nope, another one finds its way through. Voronkova scores again. Yeah, just attacks the hands and the seam between the arms. Does it well. Voronkova to serve, 22-21, trying to settle herself down with a big breath ahead of this serve. It's a good serve, well passed by Di Gennaro. Simge's got it, brilliant defense. Stunning stuff. And that is just classic volleyball. Brilliant play from both teams, but it's Conegliano and Cook that come up with the point. More tremendous out-of-system work. Super defence from Bardaro on the hit of Bošković. Haak to the back line. Good serve. Hustle from Naz. And he's found the corner. Oh, astonishing stuff from Eczacıbaşı. Absolute edge of the envelope stuff there from the Turkey team. And his celebrations continue. Haak back line now. Eczacıbaşı blocking like superstars. Sinead Eczacıbaşı, what a return for her tonight. Fourth block of the evening. And a fourth set beckons. Eczacıbaşı and not going down without a fight. Great serve. Free ball. No! Bošković out the back. Screams of anguish from the Eczacıbaşı fans. Set point number 1 gone begging. We're going to get a challenge from Eczacıbaşı just to cool things down here. This is a sensible bit of coaching. Puts pressure on the next player to the baseline to serve. So where does Naz go? She's just had a quick word with her coach about which player she wants to set here. Cook will be the server. Not had a massive amount of joy from the service line, Cook, so this should be a ball that Eczacıbaşı pass. Little out of system. Bošković defended. What a pass. And what a play. Oh, stunning from Conegliano. And Kelsey Cook making a remarkable dig on Bošković. The tempo ball was overplayed to Plummer, but she's got the presence of mind to make the tip shot for 24 all. 2 clear points required. Conegliano 2 points away from the super final. But you've got to win those points. Handy, what a kill. Lovely tempo ball from Naz. Made absolutely sure she got that to the antenna. 3rd set point for Eczacıbaşı. Out of the back line, Hawks missed it. It's gone Eczacıbaşı's way. We need a challenge here from Santarelli before it's a definitive decision. Well, the players are marching off because the Eczacıbaşı blockers know they didn't touch this. 26-24. It should be. No block touch. We play on. Would you believe it? The Tigers are still in the Champions League for 2024. But for how much longer? They've bought themselves at least the opportunity. Well, that was all down to a great start from the Tigers, and Conegliano played catch-up for most of that set. And that's some serious courage from Eczacıbaşı Dynavit Istanbul under pressure to get that over the line. 26-24, just when it looked like they'd been denied. And now Conegliano will ponder the fact that they were 2 points away. They started off as a set away in set 3 from the super final. They were 2 points away from the super final at 24 all. But sometimes in matches like this, that's as close as you get. Play 6 on the night with the golden set. It's a huge evening of volleyball here in Istanbul, and yet again, courtside seats for you here on Eurovolley TV. What a spectacle. We good to go? Let the drama commence and continue. It's 2-1, Conegliano in the blue. They're a set away still from a place in the super finals against the plucky Eczacıbaşı Dynavit Istanbul, who were out of this match, but they've engineered some kind of comeback, winning set 3. First point on the board for the Italians. Wow, second point on the board, courtesy of a huge block from Sarah Farr. Well, I'll make that her first block of the evening. She's got it on handy, Baladin. It's a massive shutdown on the cross. 2 point lead immediately puts Eczacıbaşı under some pressure. And they're out of system again. Baladin again goes cross court, defended by Di Gennaro. Plummer defended by Voronkova. Well, the cut shot is read by Haak. Plummer again, blocked. Just hasn't managed to get the kind of swings out of system that she would like in the latter stages. It's a good stop by new player on court, Joanna Stefanovic. Brought brought in just to try and stabilise things ahead of Beyza Arici, the Turkey middle blocker. Overpass, well contained by Wołosz. Far can't put it away. Neither can Jack Kisal. Tricky, no. Tough angle for Plummer to work there. Eczacıbaşı back to 2-all. Just too low on the tempo ball, but Haak read that very early. Knew that Stefanovic was the defender down the line, so no disrespect to the middles, but if you're going to attack anywhere out of system, attack the middle player when they're on for that one defensive rotation. 3-2 Conegliano. Feels like a different game now. Oh, it's out from Jack Kisal. She hit it hard, but wayward. Once again, in silence virtually. Conegliano sneak out to 4-2. The block is once again good. Far next to Haak, getting the shutdown again on Handek. Just managed to hang around for long enough to make the play, and Ferhat Akbaş has been forced, just like the opening 2 sets, into a very early timeout.
If you keep your first step, we can play first step on high, so we can change the rhythm much more sharper, okay?
Well, last night the Fenerbahce fans against Milano were relentless. It was a din from start to finish. Their team in the end couldn't quite get it over the line in the golden set after a brilliant 3-1 win. So Milano go through to the SuperFinal, where they await the winner of this one. Tonight the Tigers fans have been a little subdued. Those first 2 sets from Conegliano really did put the lid on things. They're trying to wake it up. Certainly, there's no lack of effort and ambition on court from the Eczacıbaşı players. You can see the celebrations after each winning point. It was a huge celebration on a serve error. Bošković into the front line again, as now serves. Well, Wołosz had a good look before she made the set there, and it was too far off the net from Haak's point of view. Once again, the Swede forced to go to the tip, and it's garnered the point, just. Or 23 points on the night now for Haak. Good defence, very good defence from Wołosz. Cook tries to get the block out play, doesn't work, and Bošković just so accurate. Into the corner, first kill for her in this 4th set, all important 4th set from the point of view of Eczacıbaşı. But then exactly the same will be said of set 5, should it arrive. Once again, out of system, Cook, maybe that was going out. Conegliano get another go here. Blockers knew it was going to Haak, they just couldn't get anywhere near her. Well, at the moment, MVP looks pretty clear, both sides of the net. If Eczacıbaşı win it, Bošković gets it. This woman gets it if Conegliano win it, I'm sure. Both Haak and Bošković have been very good tonight. Heavy serve. Voronkova driven back. Can't get a clean swing on that. Bošković gets a go at it. Well defended by Plummer. Cook screams everybody out the way. What a set. Oh, that's brilliant from Cook. What an accurate delivery. and gives Isabelle Haak every single chance to run up and hammer that ball. And she's beaten hand-to-hand defence for yet another point in the game. .25 and counting for Haak. Goes heavy on the serve, it's tight. Oh, wow. Well, that was maybe close enough for Naz to make a go at that set, but turned very early here as the backcourt setter couldn't form a block. Trouble for Ferhat Akbaş and his Eczacıbaşı team now. Good pass from Simge. Voronkova blocked off the defenders and out, and a dejected Tijana Bošković returns to the group huddle. Second timeout is burned by coach Akbaş. Conegliano are away and clear, 6-point lead.
You can play much more right side, okay? You can change the call, even you can go to Bash, okay? Try to see the block. And some moments they go so deep for attacks, so pay attention outside for defense.
It's a service run from Bella Haak that might just have put the lid on this semi-final tie. It'll be very, very difficult for Eczacıbaşı to recover from here. Not impossible, but very difficult. And the reaction there of the home fans tells you everything you need to know. They look like they think this is over. Back to work. Bošković defended brilliantly by Wołosz. One hand stab dig. Overcooked by Haak. Di Gennaro though, good reactions. And Cook bangs it down the line. Just remarkable from Conegliano, and everything they touch at the moment is turning to gold. Nine attacks for Cook. Back to her best this evening. Another terrific serve, another great pass. The read is good on the block, but Jakisal hitting too high, too hard. So Bella Haak's service run is over for the moment. Eczacıbaşı breathe a sigh of relief, but they've still got a huge amount of points to find. Good pass from Plummer. Nice release on that slide, but Naz does well to defend against Kraf. Kraf goes again. Naz defends her again. Tight. Voronkova off the block, can't get it out of play, and once more the pinball ends in Conegliano's favour. And it looks like Ferhat Akbaş is signalling to the bench, possible substitution here. Doesn't have many options. Alexa Gray may be in for Voronkova. That's one of the possibilities for Akbaş. And it is Gray in for the Russian. Bošković, heavy hit. Goodness me, that's being hit hard. Well, she stalks back to the service line now. She's not been able to get anything going in this match from the service line. And boy, her team need this now. She may get another chance to serve before the game is over, but that was the service run that needed to happen. It's a fourth serve error on the night, first ball from Bošković. Well, Marian Lubian nearly got her team back into set three with a good service run. Actually gave the team a 1-point lead, but in the end it wasn't quite enough. It's not enough on this occasion. I don't know where Hande Balanin gets her energy from. She has not stopped shouting through the entirety of the play so far in this semi-final, both home and away, being the cheerleader. Gray, new on court. Cook makes the pass. Out of the back line, Haak's missed one. She's not missed one in a while. Well, from Eczacibashi's point of view, now's as good a time as any to see the Swedish scoring machine stumble. 5-point lead. Tentative pass from Plummer. She goes out of system into the net. 2 quick points lost by Conegliano. And suddenly the lead doesn't look quite as daunting. Timeout called by Daniele Santarelli.
You can open your approach. In the first ball you have medium cross or shot on the line. If there is the first ball, I want base 1, not base 7, and you do point now, okay, without close your shot. Bella, good. Line and medium cross. Let's go, girls.
One of the most successful coaches in women's volleyball right now, Daniele Santarelli. Coach for the 6th season of this Conegliano team, and still a young man, only into his 40s. He's also guided Serbia to a world title. He's guided Turkey to multiple titles in the last couple of seasons. Turkey going very well under him, and Conegliano going very well also. And exactly what the coach asked for, the point delivered by Serafar. Blockers doing well against Hande at the moment. Bošković from the back line finds the corner. Well, Wołosz was in a good place there to defend and decided this was out, but it's just pegged the line. Four points in it. Stefanovic with the serve. Cook, solid pass, and Far trying to do too much with it. Jack Kisar got up and got in her face there. Seam was open, but Far can't find it. Would you believe it? There's Eczacıbaşı. Oh, close. Oh, it's a good set. What a nice decision from Wołosz there to go back to Far, allowing her to make up for her error. Far goes back to a commanding swing. She's had the last 3 sets, Sarah Far. 1 error, 2 kills. Plummer getting the bird, puts it into court. Good serve, overpass, tickled into play by Bella Haak. Well, Eczacıbaşı don't like the call. They think that this was invasion of space from Haak, but Haak was very careful about that. Made sure she didn't go too early on the ball. And a commanding lead is re-established on the back of Plummer's serving. 6 points up once again. Plummer's touched ace. Well, somebody's giving Kat Plummer some stick. She's responding in kind. And then sticks it out of play. Always difficult to externalise like that. Let a focus from outside get into your head, because then you have to internalise for the serve. Monica Di Gennaro might just be giving Kat Plummer a bit of a lecture there. It's good at the moment for the team in blue. Conegliano comfortable. That is so comfortable. Well, I make it 27 points in the game so far for Bella Haak, who managed to hit 37 in the 5-set epic last week. In comes Bardaro again. This has been a really good substitution. It's yielded a lot of points for Conegliano. She's a backup libero, comes on to serve and play defence. and sometimes stays on to pass, and it works well. Been a while since Handy has put one away, but finally gets the better of the block. And Badaro does stay out there. So two Libros on the floor at the moment, one in the different coloured kit, Di Gennaro in the red, Badaro in the regular shirt as a regular sub. And they try to hit Badaro, and Handy, unfortunately for her and for Eczacıbaşı, puts it in the net. And we're back to that situation where Conegliano have control, just like sets 1 and 2, and they are getting closer to a place in the SuperFinals. Here's the woman that's done all the damage tonight, Isabelle Haak. Gets too much of it this time. Relatively error-free night for Haak, relatively error-free for Conegliano. Good defence, Bošković. Gray goes off the block, Bošković out of system for the swing. Goes tip, defended by Haak, but the deflection goes the wrong way. And Eczacıbaşı have another go at getting back to Conegliano. Kisal again has caused problems with her serve tonight. That's a good pass though. Oh, wonderful. Well, the take on the slide was excellent from De Graaf. It just got a bit of room for Haak to operate. Just the one blocker to beat in the end, really, on that cross-court swing. And does so with ease. Cook, jump float. Gray with a tight pass, gets the return ball and hammers it. I think that might be Gray's first point of the game. Now then, Bošković puts it in. Good pass. Good finish. Yes, for Plummer. That might be the last threat that Conegliano have to see off. The danger of the Bošković serve is controlled. And Plummer makes the play down the front of Stefanovic's block. 3 aces in the match so far for Robin De Graaf. Oh, make it 4. That'll be her best serving game of the season. Deep on Handy. Handy, very late decision to play the ball. 22-16, 3 points between Conegliano now and the SuperFinal. There's another one. 5 aces for the Dutch middle. Crazy stuff from De Graaf. And it's Handy that shanked both of them. Tough moment for her, really in the spotlight here. And once again, Conegliano back to being 2 points away from the SuperFinal. Ball out from Alexa Gray, make it 1 point. Virtual silence now inside the Burhan Felek Arena in Istanbul. 8 match points to Conegliano for a place in the SuperFinals. Not quite another ace, but a free ball. Taken by far, and Conegliano advance to an all-Italian SuperFinal. Would you believe it? Gennari colliding with the coaches as she comes onto court. Well, we had it last night with Miriam Silla laying on her back for a while, getting treatment after celebrations, but the celebrations can now continue. 3-2, 3-1. Conegliano are through to the SuperFinal against Milano in May. And we have an all-Italian lineup to contest the big European trophy. Commiserations to Eczacıbaşı. The evening didn't start well for them, and it was a struggle. And no surprises that Isabelle Haak is the MVP for tonight. Top scorer on the evening, and just too good, along with the Conegliano team, for the Tigers this evening. So there we go, two teams that have really taken it to the mattresses tonight. Great effort from Eczacıbaşı, but not the start they needed. They were on the back foot early, and despite some real effort in set three, they just couldn't change the direction of this match. And now Conegliano can start the celebrations properly. What a swing. Far then with the last point, but it's Isabelle Haak who wins the MVP after a tremendous evening.